Hey, I'm Jeff Baumgartner.
I'm Alan Breznick. We're here in Atlanta at SCTE Cable-Tec Expo,
Where we're going to have a vision of the future. The theme of the show was Vision of the Future, and I think for the future, in this case, a lot of the future has to do with the future of the HFC network. So we're talking full duplex DOCSIS, we're talking distributed access architecture, we're talking virtualization, we're talking maybe even expanded spectrum DOCSIS way down the line. So if you had to kind of boil it down, where are we? It seems like the ball has moved forward a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Well, one thing I noticed is that the religious wars over DAA seem to be over, or at least almost over. There's no more fighting about remote PHY versus remote MAC versus remote something else. It seems like everybody's coming together and just put the MAC wherever you want to put it, and we'll figure out the rest.
Right.
So that's interesting. What's also always interesting to me is that it seems like DOCSIS just keeps going on. They always find a way to extend DOCSIS further.
DOCSIS forever.
Right.
It's never going away.
DOCSIS will never die.
We're talking about the future. 5G is another piece of the future, and I think from cable side of it, they kind of view it as a friend and an enemy.
Right.
But the NCTA's Michael Powell had something to say about 5G, which was interesting.
Yeah, at the opening session on Tuesday, Michael Powell was saying that 5G is like 75% marketing and 25% technology. So they were really, he and Kevin Hart and Phil McKinney were all kind of dismissing 5G as just hype and trying to play up the fact that cable with full duplex DOCSIS will be able to do 10 gig and should play it up as 10G as opposed to 5G.
Yeah, it just seems like they're mindful of not dismissing it completely, but they're trying to kind of say, hey, industry, let's get grounded on how truly competitive, how big of a threat it really is going to be kind of out of the chute here. But at the same time, there's opportunities with backhaul and some other ways that cable will benefit from it. And then another big thing here, another theme is artificial intelligence, machine learning. I did a general session discussion with Dr. Bernardo Huberman with Cable Labs. He kind of runs like their innovation group, core innovation group. And he brought some new perspective, I thought, to this industry on what AI is going to mean.
Yeah, he did. And what was most interesting was he was saying that humans should never lose total control over AI. But the other big thing Monday night was the Cable TV Pioneers Dinner. And you got inducted.
I did.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's an incredible honor. I mean, it's great to be recognized. A great group. It was great to get that recognition, be part of a great class.
Yeah, you were the first one of the first journalists to be inducted, right?
Yeah. So it was a great honor. So now I can't screw it up. Light Reading had its own event, focused on virtualizing the cable network. It seems like there was a lot of technology discussion, but it seems like a lot of the focus was on the business side and what's the business case. So if you had to sum it up, I mean, what was kind of the temperature on that?
Well, the temperature was that the cable folks were saying, well, the reason the telco people have gone into it is that they had a business case to solve. They had a business problem that they had to solve. And the cable operators haven't had that huge business problem that they've had to solve, so they haven't had that same urgency on the ROI side to actually do the virtualization.
This is a huge paradigm shift for the cable industry. That historically everything we've done has been through new generations of hardware. This is the first time that we have the opportunity to take some of those traditional hardware-based functions, run them in software, not just run them in software, but put them in the network where it makes the most sense. And part of that process requires having a standards-based approach, hopefully open source, that allows us to scale it as we need it, as opposed to being into a forced upgrade path.
So I actually asked them, the panelists at one point, well, do you have to come up with a problem so you can solve it, so you have a reason to do this?
Right. And it seems like there are trials, some small work, kind of happening, but to drive like a major investment, they have to have like this a key business driver to kind of take it to that next level. But in the meantime, it seems like distributed access architectures are going to also kind of help drive and steer things, towards virtualization. So it's just a matter of time. Just how much time, we don't know yet.
Right, and they also are still working on what that common virtualization framework is going to be. There was a lot of discussion about a proposal that Liberty Global has put up about how the framework will work, but they're nowhere near close on that right now.
Okay. next year it should be. We're going to another great city,
Right.
New Orleans.
Maybe the last time for this show.
Maybe
too.
the last one in a long time. So we're gonna have to make it count.
Right. Okay.
All right.
We'll do that.
All right. Thanks.